Hi, Larry Stair here, and welcome to this week's edition of the Sunday School Informer. If you're used to the regular schedule, you'll notice we're 1 week off. And for the month of December, we will be, just because of the holidays and those sort of things. But it is the Informer for the first week of December, and so want to get right to it and share with you some of this really important things that are in the Sunday School Informer that we need you to really stress and make good announcements about, especially over the next 2 weeks. Before we even start, thanks for everybody. Thank your class for bringing canned goods for the Manna Ministry. Kind of a pantry pounding this week of sorts, but very much needed for that ministry. So let's get started, shall we? The first thing I think we really want to talk about is Believe in Christmas, our Christmas musical. And so Break Every Chain is the subtitle for the musical, and I think it's going to be a great musical. The storyline is fantastic, definitely a clear presentation of the gospel. And so with that, because of that, we've made some changes to the Sunday schedule. And so it's not Christmas musical as normal. So let's kind of walk through those schedules so that you know how to announce that and make that really clear to everybody in your Sunday school class. So here's the schedule. So the first thing you notice is Saturday night's the same. Saturday night performance live in the worship center at 7 p.m. Doors will open about 6:30. Come get a good seat. It's going to be a great performance. Then on Sunday morning, December the 13th, we're dismissing Sunday school. And for a Sunday school guy, that's a hard thing to say. But because of how important this musical is to the life of our church and what a community outreach it is, we talked about it, prayed about it as a staff, and just really felt that it needed the opportunity to have as many people here for the musical as possible. So here's what the schedule is for Sunday. 8:30 upstairs in the Family Life Center. Right outside the office hallway, we're going to have breakfast set up, and so it'll be serve yourself. Tables will be in the area where we normally have 8:30 worship. So breakfast at 8:30, first performance 9:15, different time. So make note of that. Then that performance will be live in the worship center, but it will also be simulcast in the second floor assembly area where we have that 8:30 worship service. And so it'll be around tables on all three screens. And so if you've already seen the performance and you can give up your seat in the live performance, come watch it in the simulcast room. That'll just make more room for guests to see it live. Then that repeats again at 10:30. So we'll have a second breakfast, and then at 11, live performance in the worship center, and then the simulcast again in that second floor assembly area. And so that second floor assembly area will give people who've already seen it live an opportunity to still watch it, but make room for those that maybe we want to get seated in that live performance. It's also going to be a family-friendly venue. So for kids who have a hard time sitting still, round tables, bring a coloring book. If you need to get up and go to the restroom or walk around a little bit, that'll be acceptable in that area, and a little more space for children. So just make note of that. So no Sunday school. It's been dismissed so that we can concentrate on maximum effort in reaching guests and presenting the gospel. And so many of you have probably already been invited to a training session for decision counselors, because this is very clear that this is an evangelistic Christmas story. So that's cool. Then Sunday night, 6 p.m., live performance again in the worship center. So that's the schedule, and I'm excited about it because it opens up the opportunity to invite more people, which we definitely want to do. It gives us a much friendlier flowing Sunday morning, so we're not rushing and trying to scramble and make sure Bible study classes are covered and those sort of things. So it gives us an opportunity to be relaxed, to treat guests well, to make sure that everything's taken care of, and the emphasis really is upon reaching people that Sunday morning. Then on the 20th and the 27th, because we have invited everybody to the house on the 12th and 13th, so to speak, we're expecting some of those people will be coming back on the 20th and 27th, because we always have guests during the holidays, because people's just natural attention turn to there's something more to Christmas than gifts, and so we want to be prepared for them on the 20th and the 27th. So we make sure that we're fully staffed on those 2 Sundays, and I'll touch more about that 27th here in just a moment. So the next thing I want to call your attention to, Christmas Eve candlelight service, 6 p.m. in the worship center. If you've never been to this, you have people that are new to your Sunday school biblical community class, let them know this is one of those almost don't miss services at First Baptist. Something different this year though. Baptism during the Christmas Eve service. How cool is that to be baptized on Christmas Eve? You're definitely going to want to be a part of this if you're in town. So just make note of that. And then one Sunday, one worship. So on December the 27th, we'll have Sunday school at 9:45, and then we'll have worship at 11. And so this is a lot of people are out of town for family and those sort of things, but we want to make sure that our Sunday school is fully staffed and we know where everybody's at. So we've already been working on this. So if you've been talking with maybe a class you share a room with, and you've got some, or you're combining with another class, please let me know so we can get that schedule pulled together and get it publicized. Definitely by the 20th, maybe even sooner than that. So that one worship one Sunday during the holiday break, it's important that we have everybody covered in that respect. So we have Bible studies for everyone who's in town that Sunday, and for guests that come, because it never fails. We always have a guest, and we hate to take them to a room. But we'll print a special schedule, make sure all of our Welcome Center people know that, and we'll move forward there. And then finally, just on the back, a thought from Larry. I love to read a lot about small group Sunday school, making disciples. Those are things I'm really passionate about. And so I was recently reading an article, 5 Keys to Building Small Group, and this statement just resonated with me. Making disciples who disciple must be built into the very way ordinary life happens at your church. And so I copied the steps and kind of put my 2 cents worth in on that. But that is so very true. As worship attendance is running ahead, every Sunday, probably at least 10% every Sunday. I want to make sure that our adult Bible studies are keeping pace with that growth. We've added new classes. We'll be looking to add more new classes as the new year begins. But as we think about that, we don't want Bible studies to be a destination. We want our Bible studies to be more of a laboratory where you're learning to be a disciple so that you can take your place. So developing teachers, developing leaders, modeling how Christ goes about reaching people. Not just some place to show up and be a part. And a great article, and I encourage you to kind of read through that. But something to think about as we go through the holidays and begin to approach that new year. Is your class ready to start a new class? Can you become a parent class? Are there some people in your class that have the leadership skills that they need to be leading a class rather than just sitting in a class continuing to absorb Bible study? So a lot of things to think about there. With all that said, I want to let you know that I'm praying for you, as I do every time I close this video, because I do. It's very true that what you do is very important here at First Baptist, how you reach people, develop prospects. Matter of fact, I was making a phone call to someone, and they said, hey, I want to be in a singles class. I immediately fired off a prospect interaction to a singles teacher, and I think that person is going to be here this week. Talked to another gentleman who's been attending a Bible study and is on the verge of accepting Christ. How cool is that? Things are happening in Bible study at First Baptist. And so with all that said, just know I'm praying for you. It's going to be an exciting 2 or 3 weeks here at First Baptist as we get ready to celebrate the birth of Christ. It's my 3rd favorite holiday behind Easter and the 4th of July. So I hope that you're ready, and just know that I'll be praying for you. Gosh, I could gush on and on forever, but let me close this video. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.